It has been 4 months since I chopped my Ficus Lyrata Bambino, and this is how it's going. First, the mother plant. This is a section that I took the cuttings from. You can see that she has grown beautiful new foliage. The rest of the plant continues to push out new foliage as well, but this section is definitely my favorite. There is 4 new growth points from the one stem that I cut, which means this will branch beautifully. Now let's have a look at the cuttings I propagated. I took 2 cuttings, both of them have rooted, but they look very different. First we have the top section, which has rooted beautifully. You can see we've got first roots, which are these main ones, and then secondary roots growing off the side. This one is definitely ready to transplant to soil. This one hasn't grown any new foliage, and some of the leaves at the base here have gone yellow. So I'm going to snip those off. I probably should have cut those off when I propagated this plant. The reason you only want 2 to 3 leaves when you are doing a propagation is when you're... The reason that you only want 2 or 3 leaves when you're doing a propagation is so the plant can focus on growing new roots more instead of trying to put its energy towards the foliage. I still have 5 leaves here, so having 7 on one cutting was way too many. Luckily it has worked out in this case. This one was very slow to root. I didn't see the first roots for 3 months. Once they did come in though, they came pretty quickly. This is where we're at now. She definitely needs a bigger vessel. This was the middle stem, so it was in between the plant and the top. When I took the cutting, there was only 1 leaf on it. You can see now there's one quite sad root. This one actually rooted a lot faster. This root grew within a month, but then not much else has happened since then. Whereas this one didn't have any roots at all, and now it's looking very healthy. This one has grown some new leaves, so there's 1 branch down here now with 3 leaves on it. Another branch has sprouted here, also with a large leaf. So they were both a success, but this one is obviously a lot happier and ready to plant, and this one needs to cook a little bit longer. I kept these both in the same environment, so they're at the same temperature, they're both water propagations, and I cut them at the same time. This really shows you how plants will work on their own timeline. I'm going to leave this one to water propagate a little bit longer, even though it is ready, because it is winter next month here in Australia, and it's not the best time to be transferring plants from water to soil, or to be repotting, or to be starting new propagations. So I'm just going to put it in a bigger vessel. This one I'm going to just refresh the water a little because there's a bit of algae growing, and then I'm going to pop it in a warmer spot and see if that helps these roots grow a little bit more. The mother plant is obviously happy and healthy. This bit that I cut here is looking so good that I think come spring I might chop off these stems as well, just because she's looking a bit leggy. There's some ugly foliage, and I just think it'd be cute to cut it right back. But I'm not going to do anything drastic till spring. So I'm just going to move this into a bigger vessel so the roots aren't touching the bottom of this vase. They weren't until I removed that bottom foliage, and now it's sitting in a bit deeper, so let's size her up. Just going to add this same water back in. So all that good rooting hormone in there that we don't want to pour down the drain. And I'm just going to top it up with some fresh water as well. Not too much, you don't want the whole stem sitting in water. Now I'm also just going to add a little bit of plant food. This is optional, but I like to add it monthly once the plant has started to root. Just some added nutrients. This one I'm going to tip this green water out because no one likes algae, and then put fresh water in and a little drop as well. So I've gotten rid of the old water. I didn't scrub the vessel or anything, but you can if you're that way inclined. Pop her back in, and again I'm just going to add a little drop. While I'm here, this one probably also needs the water. Just going to pour water in the base. Keep that topsoil dry. Now I will just pop it back in a sunny spot and it will absorb that water. So that's it. Another successful Fiddle Leaf Fig propagation and my first Fiddle Leaf Fig Bambino propagation. And I need a taller camera. I'm going to use the water propagation method, which is my favorite propagation method. For the Ficus Lyrata or any plants with woody stems, you must let it callus before you put it in the water to help prevent rot. I can see these base leaves are already going yellow as well, so I'm going to cut above them and I'm going to take 2 cuttings. With the Fiddle Leaf Fig, you want to take cuttings with about 2 to 3 leaves each. This one is looking quite healthy on top though, so I'm really hoping that these cuttings are successful. This is the main one that I'm hoping it takes root, so I've just got it in a vessel without any water in it, and I'm going to leave it overnight to callus. I will show you what it looks like in the morning. Let's have a look now of the wet stem. So it is the next day. You can see now that the cutting is calloused, which is a little protective layer on there so that it doesn't get root rot. You can see that only the bottom inch of the stem is in the water. You don't want it too deep in because again this can cause rot. With the vessel size, you want it big enough that the bottom of your cutting isn't touching the bottom of your vessel. If it is resting against the base there, it can affect root growth as well. I am going to put this somewhere warm and sunny and humid, so I'm going to put this in my bathroom where I do have a skylight, so there is plenty of sunlight in there as well. Keeping your cutting in a moist, humid environment will also help it to thrive. I am going to leave these 2 stalks for now and see what happens. If they continue to go yellow at the base, I'm going to cut them as well. I'm also really interested to see if this section here starts to bud and push out new leaves now I've cut it back, or if it's just going to die, so stay tuned for that. I am really glad that this section hasn't shriveled up and died. It is in fact thriving. Here we have the progression of freshly cut propagation, not yet in water, propagation that has rooted well. Propagation that I have planted in soil and is pushing out new foliage. And a big mama tree. Gonna need a taller camera.